I'm doing so well. So we're getting close to launch time, and you've released some details on your blog and social media.
Well, and let's go.
Hey, Kevin.
Yep. Thank you, David. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Wednesday, they'll continue the road trip, heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. And then on Sunday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best. But if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Now, the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. Grant is out there with Joel Embiid. Then it's Evan Fournier. Then there's Garland. And it's Herter in at the 3. And for Brooklyn, Randle out there with Green. Then there's John Morant. Then it's Zeller, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 guard. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season. And Julius Randle dropping a few pounds since he came in the league. He still brings an old school physicality to the game.
He's a good rebounder and a good finisher in the paint. Still trying to develop GA using that offhand and trying to have some touch around there with the right. That'll be a critical skill moving forward, but he has other ways to get at you offensively.
And the dunk by Grant.
You got to keep the ball moving, and that time Herter's pass leads to an open look.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Nets. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Randle with the bucket.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Herter, following the basket by Julius Randle.
May not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
Here's Dinwiddie. That one good for 2.
And you can see the defense broke down there, allowing him to get all the way to the hoop. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Embiid inside the line. Rebounded by the Nets.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Now here's Morant. He had a 39-point outing in their last game against. Here's Randle. Lays it up off the glass. This is the time of year when teams can start to lose their focus just a little bit. How tough is it, do you think, to stay motivated at this stage of a long season?
Well, teams who have big aspirations, Kevin, aren't suffering through any of this. The other teams that are trying to be acutely aware of the potential of their team are watching their players very intently as to whether their focus can be maintained during the next 2 to 3 weeks of this season. Kevin Herter's favorite player growing up was Dwayne Wade, and that's why he wears the number 3.
Passes it to Morant. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
There's Garland. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And well, Garland, the 5th overall pick back in 2019, had a slow start to his career, but around the midway point, he really started to take off.
You wonder, Greg, in that rookie campaign, if that's a bit of somebody realizing the length of an NBA season, and maybe he made a bit of an adjustment in his body. Now in his 2nd year, we can see some of the fruits of his labor in the offseason and him developing.
And here are the Pelicans now, following the bucket by the Nets. And the dunk by Grant.
In the last few years, we've seen a nice leap from Jeremy Grant, including how effective he can be in that spot.
Nets leading by 5. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Evan Fournier. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And I look back at his numbers from the free throw line last year, 78%, so not too bad.
Garland with it. He had a 27-point outing in their last game again. Fournier's shot is off. Grant against Green. Shot from the low block, and the jumper falls for him.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Now, here's Garland. Guarded by Morant. The pass to Embiid. And the shot is good.
And the man just brings his lunch pail and goes to work. What sets Embiid apart is he does it with such ease.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Nets. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Green, Cody Zeller out there with Randall. Then there's John Morant, and it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard.
And who draws more fouls than Embiid? Very few players, if any. Too much size and really too much skill to defend.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Randall passes to Dinwiddie. To the inside. The Nets working the ball around now. 5 to shoot. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Fades back, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Pelicans trail by 7. And Fournier kicks to Grant. Pass to Garland. Zeller grabs the board.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude, like how Morant just recognized the open man and the ball was right there.
Outside Fournier. Hits it from three-point range. Fournier's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Well, it was a career year for Evan Fournier. Just at the right time, opted out of his player option over the summer, and he was a free agent.
And Fournier proved that he can put up numbers. Aggressive looking to create with the ball in his hands. This team got a great weapon signing Fournier.
Morant looking around. Randall passes to Zeller. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Garland. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
The defense looked a little bit confused on that play as Garland moved nicely.
On the wing, Green. To the paint. Here's Randall. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Randall's got 4 this quarter.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Pass to Grant. We've got 1:18 left to play in the first half. And he banks in the layup. Grant's got 6.
Well, he's such an athletic forward. Absorbing contact is something that he's learning to do, getting much better at it.
The feed to Randall. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
The Nets have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. And 1:01 left to play here in the half. Inside, here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
And sometimes it looks like for Garland the game comes a bit easy, whether making plays for himself or others.
Morant outside. It's Randall with the drive. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 6 assists here tonight. Garland, the pass to Embiid. Out to the right wing. Here's Herter. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against.
Let us not forget about the work on the glass. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
Green, the pass to Randall. And the layup falls. Randall's got the lead up to 11 now for the Nets.
You wonder if the coaching staff is encouraging these kind of nights and aggressive play from Randall to take over.
There's Garland. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And
it's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. A stellar first half for Julius Randle. He ended up with 15 points. And that does it for our.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
So for New Orleans right now, we've got Evan Fournier. Grant is out there with Embiid. Then there's Garland. And it's Herter in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Dinwiddie. It's Morant in the corner. 5 on the clock. Over to the wing. Here's Randall. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Now, John Morant says in an era of 5-star recruits, he was a no-star recruit coming out of high school. And that put that big chip on his shoulder. Now he has "beneath no one" tattooed on his arm. And he says, my dad always told me that I was trained to go. Basically, that I'm built for the moment. And guys, his time is now.
Sure is, DA. Thank you. To the middle. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Now, here's Garland. D right on him, and the shot goes in. Garland's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for New Orleans. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Here's Zeller. That shot, no good. Good D by Embiid.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Fournier against Dinwiddie. Here's Embiid, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And hit on the way up. Embiid's strong physically, but also mentally able to keep his focus.
The shot's good. Morant's got 7 points.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Garland, the pass to Embiid. Over Zeller. Off the left rim and out.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Morant. Zeller trying to free himself up. And Morant gets it to go on the assist by Dinwiddie.
And for a great shooter, Morant really works for high percentage shots. Loves to take it inside.
Embiid kicks to Garland. Off target from three-point range.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Count it, good.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard him and where your point of commitment is.
That one is good from Joel Embiid.
It's disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
Yeah, great read, calls his own number, and then sends it home.
Passes it to Herter. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got his 4th rebound in this one. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Knocked loose. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Basket good.
Herter out there completing the break on the run.
1 second left. No good. Shot missing. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll return shortly. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. We've got Morant, Green out there with Randall, then it's Zeller, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. The pass to Randall, and Garland comes to help. Here's Dinwiddie, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Well, Randall, when he has the ball in his hands, aware that there might be an open teammate, that time he found him.
Fournier with the ball, and Zeller picks him up defensively. Pass to Herter, beyond the arc. Rebound, Brooklyn. Zeller's got his 6th rebound on the night. Feeds to Morant. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And the Nets lead by 13.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Embiid against Zeller. Shot clock at 6. Embiid, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Yep, that one goes.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And here's Fournier. Back to Embiid. And the layup's good off the glass.
And guys, we've become accustomed to this. Embiid's a dynamic scorer who's comfortable shouldering the offensive load.
Randall against Grant. Randall down low.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
In the corner, Herter with it. Pass to Embiid. Over Green. That one a little long. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Morant dishes to Randall. Outside, Green. There's the 3. It doesn't go for him. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. There's the triple. And there's Garland. That's good on the assist from Fournier.
Well, good to see Garland score the ball without dominating it.
Morant outside. Passes it to Randall.
Well, every coach should show players game tape of how he just boxed out right there. Great job with the footwork and using his body to step to the rebound.
And the call on the shot. It sends him to the line.
Garland does a good job there getting the shot up into the air while he's being fouled.
Good on both. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now Dinwiddie, the pass to Morant. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Darius Garland picks one up.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
And Brooklyn has possession. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And that one's good. Morant.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
From about 16, Embiid, no good. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice statistic.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Morant with it. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight.